Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Adena Springs, BC2A Paste, Bevins Motor Company, Bloodstock Research, Reader's Cup, Claiborne Farm, GLC 5500, Gainesway, Keeneland, Lanes Inn, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pin Oak Stud, Quill Leather and Tack, Thoroughbred Times, and Waterford Milford Farm.
Hello everyone, Carl Nathy filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring 4 graded stakes from Churchill Downs, including a stretch duel in the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap and a tremendous victory by a champion filly in the Grade 2 Fleur-de-Lis Handicap. We begin with fillies and mares at Delaware Park in the Grade 3 OBEAH Stakes. Tis Ms. Sue at 9-10, a slight favorite over Love and Pride. John Curran picks up the call.
3/8 to go. Love and Pride still by 2. Saroof and Tis Ms. Sue are heads apart in second and third, 6 lengths further back to checkpoint. She be classy now, dropping out of it. Quarter to go. Love and Pride to catch. Now Tis Ms. Sue angles off the rail for clear sailing. Saroof can do no more. Checkpoint next in line. They've gone the 6 in, 1:11 and 3 as they head for home. Love and Pride by a length and a half, and Tis Ms. Sue still under a confident hand right on the outside is trying to chop the margin. Love and Pride, she's always game, trying to fend off Tis Ms. Sue. Love and Pride is digging down deep. Tis Ms. Sue is trying, but it's not enough. Love and Pride will prevail under Jeremy Rose by 2 over Tis Ms. Sue. Checkpoint checks in third.
Love and Pride sets all the fractions to defeat Tis Ms. Sue by a length and 3/4. Jeremy Rose aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:49 and 4. A 2-time stakes winner last year, the Wrigley bred filly gets her first graded stakes victory after several near misses. The Todd Pletcher trainee was beaten only ahead in her last start, the Grade 3 Allaire DuPont Distaff Handicap. The 4-year-old filly by AP Indy was bred in Kentucky by stud TNT. Love and Pride has earned $370,000 for Green Hills Farm, Inc. To Colonial Downs for turf fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Edward P. Evans All Along Stakes. European import La Purnell, the 2-1 favorite. Dave Rodman has the call.
Speak Easy Gal has constant pressure from Thundering Amelia to the outside. La Purnell getting closer from third, and so is Snowtop Mountain down inside fourth. Patch Attack is ridden along fifth, has 5 lengths to make up. Shimmering Moment with a wide bid to the top of the lane. Shimmering Moment coming with a big run on the far outside. They make the turn for home. Speak Easy Gal trying to hold after a good pace. The outside as La Purnell is set down. And La Purnell now comes to grab ahead in front. Snowtop Mountain, Rail Run, Shimmering Moments trying to sustain. Speak Easy Gal is fighting on very bravely. Claire Skies ahead. In the center of the course is also charging for a long shot bid. It's Snowtop Mountain. Paco Lopez, Snowtop Mountain to win.
Snowtop Mountain takes the blanket finish by a neck over Claire Skies ahead, who is second by a head over Shimmering Moment. The winner under high weight of 124 pounds, and Paco Lopez in 1:49 and 2. Snowtop Mountain gets her first victory since taking the Grade 3 Sewanee River Stakes in February. The Tom Proctor trainee had been off the board in graded stakes at Tampa Bay Downs and Churchill Downs in her last 2 starts. The 5-year-old mare by Najran was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Barbara Hunter. Snowtop Mountain has earned $486,000. More racing coming up, but first, here is the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with 3-year-old stakes action in this segment, presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with turf fillies at Churchill Downs in the Grade 3 Regret Stakes. Center Court, the 3-2 favorite. Mark Johnson picks up the call.
They leave the back stretch behind them, and it's still Zappa Bell with on the outside Singing on the Moon. Centre Court now nudged to get a little bit closer, followed by Colonial Flag, who makes the turn, racing in fourth, and it's Singing on the Moon who now gets the lead. Centre Court is giving chase in second as they swing the final turn. Centre Court down the outside, on the inside Singing on the Moon. Dame Marie is bursting through against the hedge. Here's Colonial Flag on the outside, a furlong to go. Colonial Flag and Centre Court Court. These the first two. Treasured Up has now taken third, a 16th from the wire. Centre Court has the lead over Colonial Flag and Treasured Up, and racing to the line. Centre Court wins the regret.
Center Court by Lanes End Stallion Smart Strike. The winner by a length over Colonial Flag. Javier Castellano up in 1:48.1. Center Court moving up to Graded Stakes Company after breaking her maiden by 4 3/4 lengths in her last start over the Churchill Downs turf. The winner was bred in Kentucky by her owners, G. Watts Humphrey Jr. and Louise Ireland Humphrey, and is out of the Graded Stakes winning AP Indy mare, Let. Trained by Rusty Arnold, Center Court has earned $119,000. To Belmont Park for the Grade 3 Hill Prince Stakes. Summer Front, the 6-5 favorite. Tom Durkin has the call.
Up the backstretch run, and it is still Spring to the Sky in front. Film Shot took a shot at him, but has now dropped a length off again. And then it's How Great, third on the outside, 3 lengths from the front. And Summer Front right there now, down toward the rail as they enter the far turn with How Great right alongside him. Midway round the far turn, Spring to the Sky, Film Shot. How Great in the clear on the outside, Summer Front and behind horses in fourth. And then it's Our Entourage, followed by Big Screen, who's now running sixth. Star Channel is now seventh. Margano eighth down toward the inside as the field turns for home. Top of the stretch, Film Shot in between horses, down toward the inside, Spring to the Sky. Summer Front is bottled up, completely stymied, and How Great now is in the clear, but now Summer Front finds some room. Our Entourage on the outside, How Great in front, and Summer Front, oh, he got it.
Summer Front by Claiborne Farm Stallion Warfront rallies to defeat How Great by half a length. Ramon Dominguez aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:33.3. A 2-time stakes winner on turf last year, Summer Front is now undefeated in 4 career starts on grass. After finishing second in his 3-year-old debut, the Grade 3 Coolmore Lexington Stakes. The Christophe Clement trainee was a distant 8th in the Grade 2 Peter Pan Stakes. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Graceville Breeding and is a half-brother to Grade 1 winner Lara. A $475,000 Keeneland April 2-year-old. Summer Front has earned nearly $257,000 for Waterford Stable. Summer Front paid $470 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Back to Churchill Downs for the Grade 3 Matt Winn Stakes. Right to vote, the 9-5 favorite. Once again, here's Mark Johnson.
Less than 3/8 of a mile to go, and it's Right to Vote. He's now beginning to push along on the leader. Master Rick is there in second. Neck and neck to the outside in third. Steel Case has taken fourth. Macho is now last of the quintet. It is neck and neck who has got the lead with a furlong and a half to go. Awkward down the lane was Master Rick. Towards the inside, Right to Vote. Steel Case staying on from out the back, but inside the final furlong, it is neck and neck for Ian Wilkes and Leandro Gonsalves. They are clear by 5 lengths, and it's going to be a third win at Churchill Downs for Neck and Neck, who wins the Matt Winn.
Neck and Neck draws off to defeat Steel Case by 7 1/4 lengths. Leandro Gonsalves, the winning jockey, in 1:43.3. After finishing off the board in 3 Kentucky Derby preps earlier this year, Neck and Neck finds an easier spot to record his first stakes victory. The Ian Wilkes trainee was a 6.5 length allowance winner over the track and trip in his latest. The colt by Flower Alley was bred in Kentucky by his owner A. Stevens Miles Jr. Neck and Neck has earned nearly $197,000. Leandro Gonsalves with the safe ride of the week, presented by Sally Horse Vans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Monmouth Park for the Grade 3 Pegasus Stakes, Good Morning Diva, the even money favorite, Larry Colmus picks up the call.
A half mile in 47.3, and there's a half mile to go. Innocent Man is the leader. Le Bernardin second to the outside. Good Morning Diva has the rail. Now is into second. Le Bernardin back to third. 4 lengths to Easter Gift. Dropping out of contention is Unbridled's Way. Around the far turn, Innocent Man put to a drive. Good Morning Diva's on the rail. Le Bernardin to the outside. These three have 3.5 lengths on Easter Gift in fourth. They went 3/4 in 1:12 flat, and they're into the stretch. Innocent Man, Le Bernardin, Good Morning Diva. These 3 into the final furlong. Easter Gift is 4th. Le Bernardin, Innocent Man, Good Morning Diva, Easter Gift grinding it out on the outside, still coming on. Le Bernardin, Good Morning Diva on the outside, Easter Gift. Le Bernardin, Easter Gift. Le Bernardin has won the Pegasus.
La Bernardine rallies to defeat Easter Gift by a neck. Mike Luzzy aboard in 1:44.2. A maiden and allowance winner at Aqueduct earlier this year, La Bernardine was 10th and last in his last start, the Grade 2 Peter Pan Stakes. The colt by Bernardini was bred in Kentucky by Mike Rutherford and was a $325,000 Saratoga yearling. Trained by Kieran McLaughlin, La Bernardine has earned $146,000 for Darley Stable. The Lanes End Stallion of the Week is City Zip, the leading sire of 2012 Turf Stakes winners. Better buy your City Zip yearling while you can this year, as his yearling average has jumped a whopping 181% in just the last 2 years. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Colonial Turf Cup coming up in this segment. We begin with fillies and mares at Churchill Downs in the Grade 2 Fleur-de-Lis Handicap. Champion Royal Delta bet down to 3-5. Here is Mark Johnson.
They go through the half mile in 47.3, a halfway point in the 37th running of the Fleur-de-Lis, and it's Sterling Madame who leads. A Fleeting Lady is in second, 2 lengths away. Royal Delta in third. St. John's River to the inside is in fourth. It's Tea Time, and they're getting away now from Distorted Love. On the turn, going now towards the final 3/8 of a mile. A Fleeting Lady now comes through to poke ahead in front, but here moves Royal Delta right around the outside in the hands of Mike Smith, and Royal Delta looms around the outside to Poker Elegant head in front. Towards the inside, a Fleeting Lady tries to kick back. St. John's River was tap for toe with a blistering move off the turn by Royal Delta. She's gone clear by 4 lengths now. A Fleeting Lady is in second. St. John's River is in third, but simply lobbing along on a long rein is Royal Delta, hardly breaking sweat. How impressive. She's back. Royal Delta.
Odds-on favorite Royal Delta, an easy winner by a widening 8 lengths over a Fleeting Lady. Geared down by Mike Smith, the Keeneland sales graduate toted high weight of 123 pounds in 1:49.2, a full second faster than the Grade 1 Stephen Foster handicap later on the card, and a 108 Briz speed rating. Royal Delta gets her first victory since clinching the Eclipse Award as champion 3-year-old filly of 2011, with her decisive score in the Breeders' Cup Ladies Classic and her first victory in the colors of Bezelou Stables. The BELMONT trainee was freshened following her 9th place finish in the Dubai World Cup. The 4-year-old filly by Empire Maker was bred in Kentucky by Pallades Investments, Inc., and began her career racing in the colors of the late Saad bin Khaled. Royal Delta has banked nearly $1,814,000. Just 4 days after winning the Breeders' Cup Ladies Classic, Royal Delta was consigned by Chanticleer Farm, agent for the complete dispersal of Pallades Investments, to the 2011 Keeneland November sale. After a spirited bidding war, she was hammered down to Benjamin Leon's Bezelou Stables for $8.5 million. Champion Royal Delta, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. To Hollywood Park for the Grade 1 Vanity Handicap. Include Me Out, the 3-5 favorite. Vic Stauffer has the call.
They're off. Rock and Glory breaks best, goes for the lead. Include Me Out right alongside. Atlantic Swing and Kalis in the center. 4 pretty much across the track early. Then comes Zephine's Pearl, and the early trailer is Love the Way You Are. Rock and Glory didn't corner that well. Drifted out to the 3-path, but she's got the lead to the backstretch, a length and a half in front of Kalis in second. Include Me Out stays at the rail, 3rd and 2 from the front. Atlantic Swing just outside of her. Then it's a big gap of 8 or 9 lengths back to Zephine's Pearl, and Love the Way You Are is 13 behind as they turn into the backstretch. In the 71st Vanity Handicap, Rock and Glory and Martin Garcia set the pace. 3/4 of a length in front of Kalis, who tracks in second. Atlantic Swing is tugging at Mario Gutierrez. Races in 3rd and less than a length and a half from the front. Here's Atlantic Swing to force the hand of Kalis, and those two are going to run alongside Rockin' Glory. Meanwhile, Include Me Out is now behind 3 going into the far turn. Joe Talamo has to be licking his chops as Include Me Out is about to take third because Rockin' Glory is gone. She is backed out of it, so that lands Kalis and Atlantic Swing, but here comes Include Me Out without being asked, and she's going to run up and take over the front when they get to the quarter pole. Then comes 5 back to Zafine's Pearl, and the trailer is Rockin' Glory, and at the top of the stretch, Include Me Out has taken over charge, and she is cantering up front. Include Me Out to the final furlong, a 3.5 length lead. Love the Way You Are has moved up nicely and takes over second, and Love the Way You Are is closing. Include Me Out, here comes Love the Way You Are, and Love the Way You Are has run by Include Me Out. Love the Way You Are wins the 71st Vanity.
18-1 long shot, Love the Way You Are by Claiborne Farm stallion Arch. Sprints by Include Me Out to defeat the odds-on favorite by 2.5 lengths. Garrett Gomez aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 151 flat. After finishing behind Include Me Out in 3 graded stakes this year, including second in the Grade 1 Santa Margarita, Love the Way You Are finally turns the tables on her rival. She bobbled at the start and threw her rider when Include Me Out won the recent Grade 2 Marjorie Everett Handicap. The 4-year-old filly was bred in Kentucky by her owner and trainer, Myung Kwan Cho. Love the Way You Are has earned nearly $363,000 for Cho Stables. To Colonial Downs for the Colonial Turf Cup. Turbo Compressor, the 5-2 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
It's a deliberate pace out there for Turbo Compressor. Turbo Compressor leads it a measured length in front. From Humble and Hungry second. As Smart Bid is inside in third, Tilden Lane is in 4th position. Here's Rahi Strata working through. In between horses, Rahi Strata 5th, and just 3 lengths from that lead as they round the far turn. Air Support Casino Host is launching a wide rally. Casino Host on the far outside. Gourmet Dinner is under pressure, then Silver Tie Affair is next. And another 2 lengths back, and a tone is dropped back, passed by Forte de Marmy, who tries to gear up with a stretch rally. Forte de Marmy coming wide with a run to the center of the course. Into the stretch. Turbo Compressor, Air Support on the outside. Smart Bid is third, a furlong out from the line. Followed in 4th by Rahi Strata. Here's Turbo Compressor and Joe Bravo. Turbo Compressor pouring it on to win by 2.
Favored Turbo Compressor, the front-running winner officially by a length and a quarter over Air Support. Joe Bravo aboard the OBEAH Sales Graduate in 155 flat. A stakes winner on dirt at Saratoga and Calder last year, Turbo Compressor records his first stakes victory on turf. The Todd Pletcher trainee was coming off an 8th place finish in the Grade 1 Woodford Reserve Turf Classic at Churchill Downs. The 4-year-old Ridgeling was bred in Florida by Bridlewood Farm and was a $22,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Turbo Compressor has earned nearly $621,000 for P&G Stables and Off the Hook LLC. Coming up, a stretch duel in the Stephen Foster. Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap. Wise Dan, the 9-10 favorite. Here's the call by Mark Johnson.
And they're off in the Stephen Foster Handicap. Mission Impassable towards the outside. Nate's Mineshaft on the inside as they come up beneath the Twin Spires. And Ron the Greek ran out of racing room as they all got very tight there. Rogue Romance was also shuffled back. Nero is out the back of the field and already outpaced. And it's a very strong early tempo being set by Nate's Mineshaft. Wise Dan is racing in second and taking a strong hold on the outside of Fort Land. Alternation is towards the outside, racing in 4th position. Mission Impassable is in 5th, 23-3 for the opening quarter mile. A break back to Ron the Greek, Rogue Romance, and Nero at the back of the field is 10 lengths off the leader, who is Nate's Mineshaft, as they go towards halfway in the 31st running of the Stephen Foster. And it's Nate's Mineshaft and Miguel Mena out in front by a length. In second, Fort Land. Towards the outside, Wise Dan is racing in third. Now 2.5 lengths back to Mission Impassable to the inside. Alternation is next. 47-1 was the half. Ron the Greek has got 2 behind. Rogue Romance is last but 1, and a long last is Nero as they go into the far turn. And it's Nate's Mineshaft with 3/8 of a mile to go, who leads by a length and a half. Wise Dan around the outside and a share of second, with on the inside Fortland, and these have now pulled 4 lengths clear of Mission Impassable, and then Alternation towards the outside. Nate's Mineshaft leads them back towards home. Wise Dan still with 2.5 lengths to find in second. Inside the final fill and a half, Nate's Mineshaft still leads. Wise Dan in second. The cavalry are coming in behind towards the inside. That is Ron the Greek who is staying on. Also picking up late is Rogue Romance. Nate's Mineshaft purely on adrenaline now. Wise Dan bearing down on the outside. Ron the Greek to the inside. Wise Dan, Ron the Greek. It may be Ron the Greek.
Ron the Greek outfinishes odds-on favorite Wise Dan by a head, with pace setter Nate's Mineshaft settling for third. Jose Lescano, the winning jockey, in 150-2. Ron the Greek has been either first or second in 7 starts since being transferred to trainer BELMONT, including an easy victory in the Grade 1 Santa Anita Handicap. He was last seen finishing second to Alternation in the Grade 2 Oaklawn Handicap. The 5-year-old horse by full mandate was bred in Florida by Jack T. Hammer. Ron the Greek has banked $1,112,000 for Broas Stables. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Adena Springs, BC2A Paste, Bevins Motor Company, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, GLC 5500, Gainesway, Keeneland, Lanes Inn, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Thoroughbred Times, and Waterford Milford Farm. Produced by John Henderson in association with Scott Ryan.